So with so many different auto staking protocols out there, it might be hard to figure out which ones are actually worth getting into and investing your hard-earned money into, and which protocol you should definitely stay away from. And in this video I will actually compare 3 different protocols and give you my thoughts on which you should invest in. We're actually going to compare Sphere, Safu and Helena Financial, as I think that currently these 3 protocols are currently the most talked about ones. So my thinking is that you are probably trying to decide which one of these 3 you should invest in. As for my personal experience with these protocols, I actually invested in Daitano, which we are not going to talk about today, but I was able to double my money in about 1 month's time with that protocol, and I actually sold my tokens right at that point where I had doubled my money, and I actually invested some of that earnings into Helena, where I also almost managed to double my money. So I think that I personally have some pretty good experience with these protocols and probably know what you should be looking out for when trying to decide between these 3 protocols. And guys, full disclosure, none of this is financial advice. After you watch this video and listen to my conclusions, please do your own research before you invest any sizable chunk of change. Okay, so let's start with the protocol that I'm least likely to invest in, at least currently, and that is Sphere Financial. And there's a couple of good reasons why I would not personally invest in this project if given the choice between these 3 projects. First being that the market cap is already relatively high if you're looking at DeFi projects. I think Sphere is currently sitting at right about $80 million market cap, which is of course a huge drop from what it actually was. I think at one point it was over $400 million market cap. So the first reason is that the market cap is just too high. The second reason is the chart itself. Just look at this. There was just a huge sell-off for this project, and I think, and that's just my opinion, no matter what they do, it will be incredibly hard to turn this chart around, because most investors buy with their eyes, and when they see chart like this, it's a huge turnoff. So I think for this chart to go up again, the team behind Sphere Financial has to come out with something spectacular that will just blow people away, something really innovative in the DeFi space. And if they manage to pull something like that off, maybe that would generate enough hype for new investors to get in this project, or maybe old investors to buy back their positions. Another thing that would make me not want to invest in this project is that total wallets, which is people currently invested in this project, is 36,500. And for a DeFi project, if you didn't know, the more wallets there is, or the more holders there is, the more unsustainable the project becomes, at least with these crazy high APY projects. So if I had the opportunity to actually invest in Sphere, where total wallets would be like below 5,000, I would happily invest in this project. But since the number of total wallets is just so huge, I think I kind of missed the train with this project. And if we combine that with the bearish chart, I'm not really interested in this project. The next project is Safu, which has been quietly printing, and the chart looks pretty healthy. It's been actually trading sideways for a long time, which is a really good sign in DeFi projects. That means that the project has actually found somewhat a sustainable path, and this would actually be a pretty good entry point if someone wanted to invest in this project. I actually have a friend who invested in this project right about here, and he turned like $10 into more than $100 just keeping the coin in his wallet, but that's because he was able to invest in the project really early on. I didn't have that opportunity, and currently the market cap for the project is 210 million. Personally, for me, that's way too much for me to invest in the project, because if you watch my previous videos, you know me, I don't like to invest in projects that are already big and had exploded. I like to get in on projects early before they have this huge explosion. That way you not only get rebases for the project, but you actually get this huge price appreciation. And let's see, if I had invested here where my friend did, I would have more than doubled my money from the price appreciation alone. But currently I don't know if the project is still capable of such a huge explosion, and that's due to nature of these projects. The more holders that get in these projects, the harder it is for these projects to actually grow, because of all the rewards that are paid out in the native token, making it inflationary. And before you comment and say that these projects burn their tokens, that doesn't really matter in this case, because even with all the burns, if the amount of holders passes a certain threshold, no amount of burned tokens can save the project from huge inflation and thus price decrease. Okay, with that being said, let's take a look at the last project. Third project is Helena Financial, and I was actually able to invest first at right about $13 mark, and full disclosure, I actually sold my tokens right about here at $18 or $19 mark, and honestly I wish I hadn't, because if you look at the chart, if I had let my tokens stay in the project, not only I would have doubled my money from my initial investment, but also I would have captured all the rebases that happened during this period. And for Helena Financial, each day you actually earn, let's check, almost 2.5%. So this is the project that I would probably reinvest money in. So for example, let's say if I had $2,000 on hand ready to invest in any of these three projects, I would probably invest like $500 in Safu just to capture the rebases from sideways trading action, and I would invest $1,500 out of that $2,000 in Helena for one simple reason. The price appreciation opportunity here is insane, because as you see, the market cap is sub $10 million. So if this project manages to pull around, like for example Safu, I could easily 10x or 20x my money with this project. Actually, if the project dips some more, I might buy into it again, because yeah, the price appreciation here could be huge. And if the project reaches like $100 million market cap, I could easily 10x my money if I actually invest in this. Anyways, there's a couple more things I like about Helena Financial particularly. One is that they have variable APY for sustainability. They first started out with 1 million% APY, which has dropped down to 500,000% APY, and it will actually drop down more to 250,000% APY. And that is to promote sustainability within the project. And the marketing team behind this project is crazy. They managed to keep alive their node project, which was Angel nodes, where pretty much all node projects were dying, and Angel was keeping at a sustainable level at a stable price. And the rumor is the team behind Helena Financial are in talks with some marketing guys, and they're trying to set up a digital ad in Times Square, and that's on top of many Twitter influencer marketing campaigns. On top of that, there's like only 5,000 holders, so the project is still relatively small, and the growth potential, and more importantly room to grow, there's plenty of that. Because as you know, people usually migrate from more established projects like Titano to newer projects like Safu and Helena and Sphere, where the earnings potential are much higher. So I think that's what's going to probably happen here as well. People are going to start to sell their stakes in Titano, Sphere, Safu and other auto-staking projects and move to newer and more fresh projects like Helena. And if that happens, there is a real possibility that this project could actually reach $100 million market cap, which is their current goal. I am talking so much about this project that I'm actually considering to invest it in right now and show you how to do that. So I guess let's do that. Let's go to PancakeSwap. I have Helena contract already added because I bought and sold before. And let's throw $500 in this project. And that gets us about 26 Helena. Okay. Let's check the chart again. Guys, you probably shouldn't buy like I am doing, because I'm currently buying in because of the FOMO. So yeah, fuck it, let's do it. And sold. We just bought like 26 Helena tokens. Let's launch the app and actually see how much that would make me per day, because I'm curious. My 5-day ROI is $53, so I'm earning like $10 per day from my $500 investment. Oh no, it's $400 because of the tax. Or I probably left my slippage at like 30%. Oh, that's a mistake you don't want to make. But anyways guys, that about wraps up the video. Consider subscribing to the channel for more content like this. Bye.